Hello, dear children. Namaste and welcome to this very special session. This is Ambika, your biology master teacher, right here at Vedantu. Okay, guys, so today we are going to be talking about something that will certainly benefit you in this pre-board season. Okay, so this is what I mean is this is especially going to be useful for those of you who are studying in classes 10 or 12 right now. Okay, so ninth graders are also most welcome, eighth graders are also most welcome, so that you can also find certain things that you might be able to apply to what is relevant to you as of now, like for your final exams or for your unit tests or whatever kinds of exams are happening. Okay, so something or the other I'm sure you will get as a takeaway from this session. So yes, children, for all my ICSE, CBSE and state board 10th graders, all of these, the 10 common mistakes that generally students commit during the pre-board season, either before the pre-boards actually happen, as in while you prepare for it, or while the exam is happening. Whatever it is, from my experience as a student, as a teacher, I have thought about a lot of things that would be relevant in this context and have put it down here. And at the end of the 10 common mistakes that I will be listing out, I will also be giving you a golden tip. Okay, so stay with me till the very end, because that golden tip is going to be very useful to you, not just during the pre-board season, but more importantly, to boost your preparation levels for your final board exams. All right, so by the way, before we move on, let me remind you, click on the subscribe button right now. If you haven't done it yet, stay subscribed to our channel Vedantu 9th and 10th English, because just like this, we will be coming up with more and more tips and tricks series, because pre-boards, board exams, and a lot more in the days and weeks to come. Okay, right. So remember, do what is right and not what is easy. Okay, because definitely we all, as human beings, we tend to choose what is easy at the moment rather than choosing what is right. Like between right and wrong, right has to be your choice. Between easy and difficult, usually easy is our choice. But between right and easy, it shouldn't be easy. It has to always be what is right that we must be choosing. Right, children? Okay. So here is mistake number 1 that you should never commit in your pre-board season, as in not giving importance to your pre-boards. What is all about pre-boards? I mean, it's just like any other test. It's going to be just like any other class test, any other very small test which our teachers have been taking right from the start of this academic year. So why do I bother too much about it? Let's just chill right now. Let's get serious about pre-boards later. It's all right. We'll deal with it when it comes. No, that is such a big mistake. Being carefree in the pre-board season is not at all going to help you. But then, remember, this doesn't mean that you must be completely stressed either. This end or that extreme is certainly going to be very harmful to you. So you must, all I'm telling you is, pre-boards is a season that you must get your, you must use, the season should be used by your mind, by yourself, as something that will train yourself to get into the right mindset before the actual exam comes. So be thankful that you have something called the pre-boards happening right now. Some schools start having pre-boards in December, some have the pre-boards in January, some have it in February, some have pre-boards in all these months, and like 3-4 different kinds of pre-boards. So all that I'm trying to tell you is, do not look down upon your pre-boards at all, and don't ignore anything, because this is the right time to get into not just the right state of mind, but also to ensure that you are working on the topics harder than you should be, especially your weaker areas. Okay, I'll come to all that. But the first tip is just this. Not giving importance to the pre-boards is such a big mistake. Okay, so never do that. Be very serious about pre-boards. Okay, next, trying to cover the entire syllabus. Okay, many children have this confusion. Okay, so I'm talking about the other extreme. The first extreme I've already told you in the first tip. Second extreme is usually those of you who are like, oh my goodness, pre-boards around the corner, I have to cover the entire syllabus and pick up all the books that you have and then go through all the contents and just skim through the entire textbook, just highlighting, underlining, like full of I don't know what to say. You feel like so much of adrenaline rush and you just want to cover everything, that it is definitely practically not possible in such a short span of time. But you know what that's going to lead you to? If you do a preparation like that, it would most certainly mean that after spitting out everything onto your paper, after vomiting out everything that you have learned by this quick adjustment method during these holidays, it would mean that right after writing your pre-board exam and submitting your papers, you're going to forget it. We don't want that, because pre-boards should be the time where you know at least a certain section, at least like about 50 to 60% of your entire syllabus should be very, very, very thorough to you. And that is why I always say quality, especially in the pre-board season, matters more than quantity. Maybe in biology, for example, you might be, for those of you who are in CBSE 10, you might not have the time to cover your entire science syllabus. Okay, so you might want to choose a few chapters from these. I'm saying it's okay. All you have to do is prioritize here. Okay, so I'll just write that tip here. Prioritize based on the blueprint that CBSE has officially released, keeps officially releasing every year, depending upon the unit-wise weightage. For those of you who are in ICSE, not to worry at all about the blueprint, because it's usually not a clear-cut blueprint that you guys have as compared to CBSE. But then, usually for ICSE, you can get an idea about what chapters are more focused upon by analysis of the past year's papers. Okay, so have an understanding about your paper pattern, have an understanding about what can help you score decent marks in your pre-board exams. But my only request is your primary aim while preparing for your pre-board exam should be that if you are choosing to study only life processes and heredity for CBSE, or for ICSE, if you are choosing to learn only, say, for example, a few of your chapters like cell cycle and division, maybe your physiology unit, probably like one chapter from plant physiology or something like that, make sure whatever chapters you are picking up, you are 100% thorough with it. A question that comes from any nook and corner of those chapters, you must be able to answer. That must be the level of preparation you must go into. Okay, so quality certainly matters more than quantity. What I'm saying is, right now it's only pre-board. So focus on this 60% so that for the next pre-board exam, you can focus on the remaining 40% or maybe 30% of the remaining 40%. But this 60% that you are doing right now, you should be in such a position that even by just skimming through these concepts on the eve of your next pre-board or on the eve of your board exam, it should come directly into at the tip of your brain, and you should be able to answer everything by just glancing through the concepts once. Okay, that much of thorough understanding has to be there in what you're learning right now. Okay, yes, so this is a mistake number 2, which is trying to cover the entire syllabus. More than that, it's important to focus on quality. Okay, mistake number 3, rumination is bad. What do I mean by that? In this context, what I mean is reworking on your strong topics again and again and again and ignoring what you dislike. You know what? Many children have this habit. I like only math. Math is so nice. I like only math and physics. Bio is such a silly subject, right? So for those of you who have that mindset, my sincere request is, in this pre-board season, because math and physics are probably already your strengths, maybe you can give a little bit of extra time for your weaker subjects like biology, chemistry, social studies maybe, or whatever it is. It may be the other way around also. If bio is your strength, maybe give a little bit of lesser time For bio, focus extra on practice for math, physics, chemistry, and whatever you find difficult. All that I'm saying is, just because your favorite topics give you a lot of joy and pleasure, I know, of course, reading through your favorite topics over and over again, trying to answer questions from your favorite subjects and chapters will give you a very, very good sense of that feel good factor is very important. But then, right now, our focus is not that. While keeping in mind that you are good in a particular topic or a particular chapter or a particular subject, use the time you have right now to focus on your weaknesses. Never ever ignore what you dislike right now. Because if you don't focus on what you are weak in right now or what you dislike right now, chances are on the eve of your actual board exam, you are not going to learn anything new in that. Right? So right now is the time to strengthen your grasp over subjects which you are relatively weak at. Next is, in biology especially, one common mistake is memorizing diagrams, especially like pre-boards. I just looked through this structure of a flower, the human respiratory system, the human digestive system, the human heart, the human brain. I can just glance through it. I'm telling you this from my personal experience, okay? So I used to be very, very lazy to practice diagrams and really actually look at them, draw several times and all of that. I used to be good in drawing, but only by looking. But then somehow while studying diagrams for exams, there was some mental block that I had. Okay, so memorizing diagrams, I thought, okay, I have this brain camera. I'll just click it in my brain's computer. While writing the exam, I will be able to do a very, very good job. But no, never, ever, ever commit this mistake. Drawing and practicing diagrams is the best way, especially for CBSE, I would say. Because ICSE, making you draw diagrams during your exam is relatively less common. Rather, what is more common for ICSE is you should be able to answer diagram-based questions. So even to answer diagram-based questions, you should be completely thorough with particular diagrams. You must be able to label them correctly. You must be able to identify which experiment is shown in a certain diagram and so on. The best way is to understand this at a deeper level, and this understanding comes as you draw and revise more often. Set aside a certain time of the day, maybe like 5-10 minutes in a day, to practice a few diagrams, maybe a couple of diagrams per day. That's it. It's not going to take you too much effort at all. Trust me on this. Okay. But at the same time, it's going to make a huge difference to your marks. Okay. And the next one, not giving yourself enough practice or test. So what I mean is, during this pre-board season, you have this idea that it's all right. Just like any other normal class test, I can just skim through my textbook, go and write what I feel like. But that's not it. Think about it as an actual exam, okay? Go with that seriousness. The preparation should also be serious enough. So in addition to learning whatever percentage of the syllabus you are intending to cover, study that entirely and ensure that you practice enough questions. Test yourself before you appear for your actual exam. This is super important, okay? Now next, not giving yourself any physical exercise, thinking that it's waste of time. Again, something that I have done, a mistake that I have committed when I was a student. Because, trust me children, scientifically it's been proven that a healthy body always leads to a healthy mind. And a healthy mind always resides only in a healthy body. Okay, so yes, do make it a point to at least spend about 15-20 minutes in a day, if not more. I'm not telling you go for a 1 hour exercise, go work out in the gym, go out for a jog, go out for a run. No, especially in the COVID pandemic time, I will not recommend anything like that. Your safety is priority to your family, to yourself, and to us as well. So taking care of all those precautionary measures, something very simple that you can do at home. Yoga, I would say, is the best way of giving yourself mental and physical relaxation. Okay. Simple yoga postures are really, really helpful, beneficial. Practice meditation also at least twice every day. Like maybe, for example, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. That's it. As soon as you wake up, just before you go to bed. If possible, in the middle of the day also once. Because this certainly improves your quality of thinking and improves your overall health as well. Deep breathing has to be practiced. It comes only with practice. Okay. So physical exercise, super important. Next, depriving yourself of sleep. In addition to physical exercise, depriving yourself of, like, you think, okay, pre-boards are right here, so it's okay, I can just manage with 3 hours of sleep and the rest of the time I will spend studying. Such a huge mistake. Always ensure that your brain also needs enough rest. Okay, just because you are studying for 20 hours or 21 hours in a day does not mean that your quality of studies is being very, very good. Okay, even if you study for only 4 to 5 hours in a day, quality of that study time is what matters more than the number of hours you are sitting down to study. Right, children? So make sure you get at least about a minimum of about 6 to 7 hours of sleep every night. I would say 8 hours is ideal for your age, because especially on the eve of your exam and even on a daily basis, only if your brain feels rested is it going to help you without cheating like a best friend at the time of your exam. Okay, otherwise your brain is going to be like, you didn't let me sleep last night, that's it, I'm shutting down now, do your job and I will just go to sleep now. No, we don't want that to happen while the exam is happening, right? So ensure that your brain has enough rest, enough nourishment also. So stay hydrated, physical exercise, give yourself sleep. Then during the exam, while you are actually writing your pre-board exam, it's a common mistake that you may not focus on time. Okay, ensure that you focus on time just like you would do for your final board exam. Wear a watch, or if at all it's banned in your schools, don't wear a watch. Maybe they have a timer in your exam hall, or however the schools are planning to conduct your pre-boards. Keep track of time. Make sure you know what you're doing. First 15 minutes as a reading time, just like your final board exams may have, and use that for reading. And the rest of the time, the 3 hours or 2 hours, whatever it's going to be like, depending on which board you are in, divide your time accordingly, and that comes with practice and planning, right, children? So this is the best way of getting into that habit. Focus on time just as you would do for your final exam. Then another thing, during the exam, not giving importance to the neatness of answer sheets, because quite often, especially in this generation, I think children are very lazy to write because you're so used to typing, texting and all of that. Writing using pen and paper is like not such a great thing, but this is a very, very wrong thing to do. Just as you would focus on presentation and the neatness of your paper for your final exam, for your pre-boards also, you must equally give importance to it. Underlining the important points, crisply writing down the points and so on is all equally important even for your pre-board exam. Okay. Then next is feeling demotivated if at all your pre-board exam went bad. Don't feel demotivated at all, because as I tell you always, pre-boards is just meant to give you training. Okay, if it went bad, that's all right. That's a lesson for you. You now know what to focus on, so that in your January pre-boards or your February pre-boards, you are going to do a much better job. That's it. It's some lesson that you are learning from every single exam that you're appearing for. Moreover, keep in mind that pre-boards usually, as a general rule, are intended to be a little harder than the final board exam, so that your mind is prepared to face anything that's hard. So don't worry at all. In case that went bad, it went bad. That's it. It's all right. Okay. So next one. Yes, coming to the golden tip. We are done with the 10 common mistakes. Here is the golden tip which I wanted to reveal to you. Collect the pre-board papers from as many schools as possible and attempt them. I think these days it's not very difficult, through our Telegram groups, through your contact of friends, through WhatsApp, or however you have contacts with friends from different schools. Try and collect pre-board papers from as many schools. Especially I would recommend it to children who are appearing for board exams this year, 2020 to 2021. Why? Because your syllabus has been cut down by a great extent as compared to your past years, your seniors, right? So even if you look at the past year's papers and practice them, there may be certain chapters which have been deleted right this year for you. So more than them, these pre-board papers from different schools are going to be giving you a lot better practice than probably the past year's board exam papers might be able to give you. And this gives a sense of confidence also. Right, children? So make it a point to collect as many papers as possible, discuss them with your friends and attempt them. Right, children? So that's about it. And children, remember, not just these tips, we also have amazing fast track courses happening at Vedantu. So within a span of 30 days and all of that, you get to cover your entire syllabus for English, social, maths, and science. To know more about this, check out the link in the description box below and the pinned comment. Apply the coupon code AMBPRO to avail the best discounts out there. It all starts from as low as ₹9 per session. Okay, so definitely remember to check it out because they will definitely benefit you all. And if you have enjoyed this, click on the like button right now. Please share it with all your friends, be it 10th or 12th graders who are going to be appearing for pre-board exams this season, or who are going to be appearing for board exams within a few weeks or months. All of them will benefit from it, I'm sure. Okay. And children, stay subscribed to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our updates even in future. And of course on Instagram also, please follow me so that you can check out on a lot of interesting posts that keep coming up on a daily basis. Okay, academic and non-academic, a lot of interesting motivational and moral stories which we put up on a regular basis. Ambika_Vedantu is all that you have to search for. Right, children? And whatever you would like to add to this also, I love hearing from you, as you always know. So please feel free to comment in the comment section below on what you think about these tips and what you would like to add from your experience so that others can also benefit from it. Right, children? And until we meet again, stay home, stay happy, and stay safe. This is Ambika signing off. Bye-bye.